Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the World Aquatic Junior Diving Championships here in Rijeka 2026. We have an exciting final for you all. We have the boys A 1 meter springboard final. I'm hoping to see some incredible dives, as I'm sure the athletes will also be wanting to perform those incredible dives. Seen a German diver there getting attacked by a bee. My name is Matty Lee, a former British diver and Olympic champion. There was threats of bad weather, but we believe it is staying way over 10 kilometers away, which is very good news. We're going to be having the boys walk out on their parade very soon. We will welcome them onto poolside. The boys will be performing 5 dives. All of these dives will be the optionals. So we'll be seeing some very difficult dives performed. There's 7 judges, all judging a score out of 10. As I'm sure all of you are already aware of this information. The 2 lowest scores and the 2 highest scores are removed, and what's left behind is added together and times by the degree of difficulty of the diver's dive. I believe all the athletes are really excited to be here in Rijeka at the Cantrida diving pool. It's definitely one of the most beautiful pools I have ever seen, and I have had the honour of competing here back in 2016 at the Junior European Championships, my last junior competition. And we will soon be welcoming the boys onto the poolside for their parade. Hope you're all settled. You've got some snacks, got your cup of tea, and you're ready for this final. Up first we have Louis Forster from Germany. We have Mikula Miocic from Croatia, who's really happy to be in the final. We have Jose Rodriguez from Mexico. Ivan Sautin representing Russia. Dmitro Stepanov representing Ukraine. Carlos Solozano representing Mexico. We have Evan Kerim representing USA. We have Mauri Pomeroy, first diver to ever represent Fiji. Arno Corbel representing Canada. Samuel McCaffrey representing Canada. Finn Arwe representing Germany. Matvey Pomoshkinov representing Russia. And you'll be delighted, I'm sure, that I am joined in the commentary booth again by my good friend, former diving teammate, and Jamaican multiple Olympic diver, Yona Night Wisdom. Welcome.
Good to be back. Thank you for having me again.
Hey, always.
Been on your own all day?
I have. It's been lonely. Very lonely without you.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
It's all good. You've got a job to do.
Had some work to do, yes, but had a good day. Good day of training. Looks like we just about avoided the rain. Hopefully it doesn't come down now. It'll be very bad timing.
Yep.
And I'm looking forward to actually watching this 1 metre final. I think it'll be really exciting.
I agree.
Some great divers in there. Looking forward to seeing if Finn can back up his 3 metre performance. See if Maori can back up his 3 metre performance. And we also have the son of a legend as well, right?
That's what I said that in the prelim. I clicked and I was like, oh my god, is that the son of Dimitri Saltin?
Yeah.
That is very cool if it is.
Absolute icon in our sport.
Absolutely. It's big shoes to fill.
Probably the biggest shoes to fill, to be fair.
Yeah.
The dude won a lot of Olympic medals.
Definitely did. The divers just calmly preparing themselves. See the first diver on the board already, just having a little bounce. Talk us through why he might be doing that, Yona.
Well, the boys finished their training session about 15 or so minutes ago. Got out of the water, had to put the tracksuit on, prepare for the parade, do all of that. So there's a bit of time in between dives, so Louis there just clearly wanted to get used to the board once again, get his legs moving, feeling good for his first dive because, of course, all-important first dive. Carrying the required score through from the prelim. Louis sitting on 170 points, so to be able to get back into the mix, he's going to need a really strong start to the competition. So he's just giving himself every opportunity to get locked in, get ready, fully prepared to go.
I don't know if you noticed, Yona, but in the prelim, in the halfway gap, one of the referees came and put a leveling measurer. What do you call that?
A spirit leveler.
There we go. On the end of that right-hand board, because there was so many, there was so many divers in the prelim.
Oh really? Falling off the sides.
So I think they double-checked. I guess it was fine, but also what could they do at that point?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things potentially. If you've got a spanner, you can try and make sure the bolts at the back of the board are tight enough.
Yep.
That could cause a bit of imbalance in the board. You know, the boards are supposed to move up and down, but sometimes if they're not quite set up and serviced in the correct way, particularly on the older fulcrums, there can be a little bit of side-to-side movement. That could be due to a slightly loose bolt.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that. So the 2 1 meters down there have the old fulcrums.
Yep.
Only 2 of the 3 meter springboards have the new ones.
Correct.
Not the newest one. Wow.
Yeah, and you know, you can just about see it in the screen now. If you look at the 3 meter boards, you can see 2 of the wheels a darker colour, and then the wheel on the very left hand side board close to the pool side is a lighter beige colour. And a couple of years ago, Duraflex, who manufacture all springboards and stands and equipment, they decided to make a change to the fulcrums, update them, and those new ones are what were brought in, but they're quite expensive, so not all pools are able to afford to replace all of them.
Lewis Foster for 2.5 somersaults pike. Solid start. A little bit down on the degree of difficulty.
Yeah, just a touch. You got some of these Group A boys doing some big dives on 1 meter, the forward 3.5s, back 2.5s, reverse 2.5s. I mean, that's the kind of level you want to see at a senior level, and that's what these boys are preparing for.
There was even a diver, I believe it was the Ukrainian diver, who did a 3.5 pike.
Wow. Crikey. That is a big dive for a junior.
I was really impressed with this diver's performance this morning.
Yeah, he had a big contingent in the stands.
Yeah.
Lots of support.
Home advantage.
Absolutely. And they're all absolutely thrilled to see that he's made it through to the final, so I'm sure they're all here watching, supporting.
Nicola
This competition.
in with 2.5 somersaults tuck.
Oh, he goes super high. What a great start.
Yeah.
The lift off the board is unbelievable. It's almost like he floats in the air in his first 1.5 somersaults. We're just a little bit overly pumped, over adrenalized, you could say. A fraction higher than he normally is on that dive, and had a bit too much time on the finish.
Can tell he works really hard in the gym.
Absolutely.
You know, in diving, it's not, we don't just train in the pool. It's basically split 50-50 really, between the pool and the gym.
Yeah, that's really important as well for Springboard, especially to be able to push that board down and get as much flexion out of it as possible.
We have Jose representing Mexico in with 2.5 somersaults tuck.
It's a good opening dive from Jose, much better than Mikola's attempt. Again, quite high, a little bit scruffy in the tuck shape, flat feet. Look a little bit neater there, a little bit neater through his come out as well before hitting the water, but definitely doesn't struggle to make the dive. I'd say that. Do you reckon, does he look like Dimitri Saltin?
So, I'm just going to say he is.
I think he is. I think I've heard that he is.
Yeah. Ivan, same dive in with 2.5 somersaults tuck.
What a name to carry.
Imagine if Dimitri was here coaching him. That'd be cool. Another good start. Moving really well in the edge, coming out a bit too late.
Well, you could see as Ivan was there rocking on the board, his eyes were down very close to his feet. You can imagine that the line of his eyesight was very close to his feet, and you can see the coach saying the same thing, like your head's down, your chin's down. And often when your chin's down in the start, it's probably going to be down in the end, so I would probably ask him to just change that head position slightly, maybe look a little bit further down the board, maybe towards where the fulcrum is, the numbers, maybe even towards the back of the board, just to set that start position a little bit better, give him a bit more control on the dive.
Dimitri with the same dive. Much better executed. As Jonas said, you can see his chin is up, glancing over the whole 1 meter board. 7.5 to count, 69.75. It's a great start for Dimitri.
Brilliant. If you're going anywhere near 70 points on 1 meter, you've done a good job, because the degrees of difficulty are often slightly lower than on 3 meter, so he's executed a really good dive there. 7.5. Fantastic work.
Carlos representing Mexico. Back 1/2 pike. A bit lower on the degree of difficulty.
Very good. He falls away from the board a little bit too much there, I would say. You'd like that to be a little bit more up and down, touch closer. Obviously, we don't want it to be too close. Don't want that to be unsafe. But when you're falling that far away, it's hard to control. Did a good job there of getting a good finish on that particular dive.
Evan from America, in with 2.5 somersaults tuck. Evan's got great technique. Always keeps his form during his dives.
I think he'd be slightly disappointed with the dive. You can see at the end of his arm swing, his shoulders just drop back a little bit behind his heels, and he just shoots away from the board. When you're trying to spin inward and you're rotating in that direction, when you've gone the opposite way, it's challenging to get the finish that you need, and
makes it hard work.
Left it fraction short. So a good dive. But the standards are high in this final, as we've seen from Dimitri so far.
Maori from Fiji Or 2.5 somersaults, 1 twist.
Maybe jump there. I wasn't ready for the twist. I didn't realise he was doing a full out. And it came quite late actually. It was a very late twist. I think he was a bit stepped back on his hurdle, didn't get the best start. We held on a little bit longer than normal and then just ran out of room on the end. Not the start that Mario was hoping for.
Nope. Yeah, Arno with an inward 2.5 somersaults tuck.
It's always funny that when you see a dive that you're not expecting.
Oh yeah. Like the young Chinese boy on the first day.
Oh yes. Oh, beautiful. Really nice.
Very classy.
See, again, with that head position, you can see it's chin up, standing tall with his body. So he goes straight up. And then when he pikes out the dive, you can see the water immediately, knows where to stretch towards. 72 points, what a dive.
Wow. So clean through the water. There's Samuel McCaffrey. Back 1.5 somersaults pike.
Progress towards the senior ranks, he'd really want to be doing a back 2.5 somersaults, but Samuel's one of the taller divers in this event. Back 2.5 is a very technical dive, hard to execute when you're tall. I'll know the feeling very well. But he's done a great job there of this back 1.5 pike. Wonderful direction, great save on the water.
Did you know Samuel has a quarter of his eye that's brown and the rest is blue?
Wow.
It's called heterochromia. Definitely butchered whatever that is.
I've got to say, I've never looked that deeply into his eyes.
No, I mean, me neither. It would probably be a bit disturbing and weird if we did. We have Finn in with 2.5 somersaults tuck. Wow, wow, wow. That's why he was leading in the required rounds. Very confident diver, staying on his toes on the takeoff. Using that pike save on the entry.
Beautiful dive in the replay. I actually thought when I watched it live, I saw a little flicker in his feet when he piked out. It's like his legs were slightly apart and they came back together, but the line, the entry, the angle was pretty much spot on from Finn.
We have Matt Vate in with 2.5 somersaults tuck. It's good.
Had to fight to hold on to that one there, didn't he?
Coming out of the dive a bit too late, but doing a really good job with the pike save. Hinging at the hips as he goes through the water.
And on that one there, it was super important, because if he didn't try and pike save that, he would have just drifted over. Probably got 5.5 from the judges, but he's come away with 7s. Which keeps him very much in the fight for medals.
After the first round of dives, Finn has got a 12.6 lead from second place. We have Louise Foster in with 2.5 somersaults tuck.
You can see that Louis just lacks a bit of power compared to some of his counterparts in this event. Seen some of the others using that in with 2.5, just going so much higher and having much more time on the come out, and Louis a little bit lower, but nevertheless he knows exactly where he is. Executes a good dive. 6.5s.
Here we have the homeboy, Mikola. Back 1.5 somersaults pike.
He's just calmed himself down a little bit after that first round, the adrenaline. This is a hard dive to control as well, the back 1.5 somersaults pike when you've got that adrenaline. He's maybe slightly gone too far the other way. It was a great start. I thought it was really controlled. And he probably pressed out a fraction too early. I mean, he ran out of room a little bit with the arms. And able to reach all the way back. Clean entry.
We have Jose forward 3.5 somersaults tuck.
I was able to watch some of Jose's training, and he's a powerful, powerful diver. Really gets that springboard moving. Straight across the Mexican team. You can see his power because he managed to put the board in the water, something I was very experienced with.
Every time.
Every time. My ankles used to get a little wash before each dive, which was a bit inconvenient because the speed of the board changes a little bit as it hits the water. It slows down a touch, becomes a little bit slower to come back up as well, so you got to be able to understand how to use the board in that way. And also you have the danger of getting a little bit of water flicked in your eye, which is also not ideal on that particular dive as well.
Yeah, you want to keep your eyes open throughout the dive.
Absolutely.
Ivan, same dive, forward 3.5 somersaults tuck. Wobbly hurdle there.
See Ivan there, powerful enough to put the board in the water, but not quite in the right shape. Had to drop his arms slightly to try and make up for it, and never got the right pickup into his tuck shape. Unfortunately dropping short. Just 2 missed dives there from Ivan, unfortunately. Just thought he would have went into the competition.
Here we have that forward 3.5 somersaults pike from Dimitro.
Big time.
It was impressive in the prelim.
Oh,
And that
now
was
see.
a good call though.
Yeah, it was a great call to stop. But he knew it as soon as he was about to plant his foot. He could feel that the timing was going to be out, and he didn't even try to drive his knee through. And on a dive like this, you can't have a bad hurdle. Oh my God.
Wow, 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 wow. What a great effort after a restart. It's quite rare we see a good dive after a restart because you know your nerves are going through the roof, your heartbeat's pumping times 2 more than it normally does.
Absolutely. He didn't really take his time. He kind of got straight on with it. Unfortunately, you saw a bit of a leg split as he went through the water, and judges would have picked up on that. It's the intensity of the dive, though. But wow, that was easy. Shame that he had that restart, because that would have meant huge points and really would have pushed him very clearly into that medal fight. But as it stands, he's now 1 point behind Jose after 2 dives.
Carlos from Mexico with his 2.5 somersaults tuck. Really confident hurdle.
Yeah, it's an okay dive. His body shape's just a little bit out of position throughout. You can see his hips a little bit out, his chest a little bit out. So though he can obviously very comfortably make the dive, it's hard to get a nice clean entry, and the judges will see those imperfections.
Evan from USA, forward 3.5 somersaults tuck.
Not bad. I'd like to see a little bit more knee drive there. He's kind of left his hips a little bit behind, but he gets great direction, good speed into the shape. A little bit more confident on the extension coming out of the dive.
We have Maori hoping to get a better dive in his second round. Definitely capable. In with 2.5 somersaults tuck. Struggling there.
Just overcooked it. On the side, he's really gone for it, throwing hard down towards the boards, driving his hips up over his head. But he's getting that chin position probably just a little bit too down, missing the spot. Not able to stop it once it's come out of the dive. Shame there for Maori, but you know, he's already got his medal, so.
Yeah, on the more important board, really.
Yeah, the Olympic event, so you can't complain too much.
Arno, forward 3.5 somersaults tuck.
Wow.
Really like the position out of the board on the takeoff there.
Yeah, he does quite a leap onto the end of the board. Could have held a better straight line as he actually came to land on the board. But
I feel like Arno's got posture that Ruslan would really like. His chest is in, his glutes are squeezed. Samuel McCaffrey, forward 3.5 somersaults tuck.
yeah, very good. A little bit of a missed time in the board there. He needs to hold his arms up above his head a little bit longer. And again, just slightly unconfident on the come out and line up. Trait we've seen from a few of the boys so far, just drifting over on their forward spinning dives.
Got Finn, forward 3.5 somersaults tuck. Wow, phenomenal dive from Finn.
Really showing his class there.
Strong diver.
And that save on the water, unbelievable. As soon as his hands made contact with the water, he was already thinking about dragging his hips towards the bottom of the pool. Drag the water down with him, and you can see him there with his coach. They've been working together since he was 10 years old.
Oh wow.
Found out yesterday. So the relationship's very strong.
Didn't he used to dive? I recognise him.
I feel like he did, but I don't remember.
Fair.
To be fair. Doing it for the tall divers. Love to see it.
Matt Vey, same dive. Wow, very precise dive. Opting for the punch out. And especially because he's just followed Finn with a pike out. The judges will see that. And he won't get the same amount of scores, I don't think.
Well, they've actually gone a little bit more, and probably because it was a cleaner entry, slightly closer to the board. But you know, the come out, I much prefer to see a really confident pike out.
Especially at this level and age.
Absolutely.
It's a funny thing to notice when the Germans go, there's like 5 of the coaches.
Loads of them, yeah. They really
it's
get behind the
tactics
team.
though, it's tactics, because the more noise they make near the judges, if you notice they're right next to the judges, the more noise you make, you might get that extra half a point, which could be really important.
Absolutely.
You'll notice it here with Lewis. Back to now some results tuck.
Still there in the line.
Yeah.
Ready to make a load of noise if his dive goes down. Big dive as well, the back 2.5 somersaults tuck. Oh, unfortunate.
It's a very difficult dive.
It's tough. The margins are very fine if you don't quite get that right connection on the start.
Ooh,
Looks like he's raising his hand though. Calling for a redive, suggesting maybe that someone was stood behind the board.
Or making noise.
Gonna go and talk to the referee.
It's not what Mikola really wants though, to be waiting. But there's nothing he can do about it.
Have to get a camera angle of this conversation going on with the referee.
Yeah, there we go. They listened.
I'm not quite sure how he can prove it.
Yeah. And we're in an outdoor pool, so, you know, can't control every sort of noise going on.
Yeah, and there's always people moving around the back of the boards, you know. We've got the gym there. And there's plenty of divers, coaches just moving around.
But if a diver feels like something put him off, they have every right.
Looking like some bad news being delivered there. Shame we can't quite hear the conversation. Maybe it's looking like he's saying that he heard something in his shape, and then he's reacted to that when it's come out, which is why he thinks he's landed short.
Quite a nerve-wracking experience, really, and he's really trying to prove his point to the referee.
So the referee's having none of it, unfortunately, for Lewis. So you just have to forget about it, let it go, and come back and try and do a good dive next time. But it's a tough situation for Mikola to manage, especially now doing quite a big dive reverse now some sorts of pike.
Oh wow, yeah. 3.2 degree of difficulty.
Did you do this in the prelim as well?
I'm convinced he didn't.
Maybe he's chosen to upgrade for the final.
Oh, really hard dive to compete.
Yeah, he
Double arm swing.
He definitely did it tuck in the prelim, and he's not got the best hurdle. He's swung his arms around to try and find balance a couple of times. He's really thrown his head back on the start, which isn't ideal technique for that particular dive because you're always going to be a bit out of control. It's quite frustrated. The delay beforehand definitely won't have helped either.
It's the last thing you would have wanted, especially for that dive. But great experience gained by competing that dive in a competition.
It's a really tough thing on 1 meter because when you do an upgrade, so if you move from a tuck somersault to a pike somersault, the DD increase isn't massive, and it becomes significantly harder to actually execute a good dive.
Jose.
So it's always a question of whether that upgrade is worth it. And you can see Jose here with the reverse 2.5 tuck. It's maybe a fraction steep, but he has the control of the dive, executes it well, and you can see the difference. 58 points there for Jose.
Ivan up next. Back 2.5 somersaults tuck. I can't believe it's the same degree of difficulty in comparison to a reverse 2.5 tuck.
I know, yeah, you're basically doing the same dive, but this time you're doing it standing. You don't have a hurdle to help you out.
Make that make sense.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. Ivan's done a good job there. Just finishing a little bit low to the water. You'd like to have a little bit more speed through his somersaults, give him a bit more time on the lineup, but considering his first 2 dives, it's definitely improvement.
Dimitro. Back 2.5 somersaults tuck. Didn't need to pull it on the end there.
I thought the takeoff was quite good. It was reasonable direction, just overworked on the finish, and again that's a danger with the back 2.5. Fine margins, fraction early or fraction late on the come out, and you really don't have any time or any possibility to fix it.
We have Carlos representing Mexico, forward 3.5 somersaults tuck. Wow.
Well dive.
Powerful hurdle. I'd love to see a bit more form in that tuck shape. You can see his feet are quite flexed.
A little bit more form, a little bit more direction, and the judges would be willing to go with 8s there, I think. Really good dive, great entry. Keeps himself in the mix just about.
Evan, back 1.5 pike. Easy dive, but can be a hard one to control. That is really not what Evan would have wanted.
I've got my head in my hands.
Yep.
Always tough when you see a back on our pike drop short. It's so frustrating. Really consider such an easy dive on 1 meter, but it's probably the hardest easy dive you've got.
Yeah. Pride definitely takes a hit on that one. Maori. See if he can redeem himself forward 3.5 somersaults tuck.
His toes are right over the end of the board there. He's gripping onto the end with his toes. Managed to get decent direction and actually had slightly more time than he maybe thought that particular dive. And it rolled over slightly.
Arno, we're back 2.5 somersaults tuck. Certain this was really good in the prelim.
Oh, yeah. I can see the ability there.
Yeah.
There's the speed on the start. Super fast into the shape. Fraction pulled with the chest on the come out.
The knee save on the entry helping him there. Keep the splash down. Still a solid score.
His diving actually really reminds me of Gwendol Bish from France.
He reminds me of someone, I just don't know who. Samuel McCaffrey. Reverse 2.5 somersaults tuck.
Did a good job there. He looks a little bit out of balance on his hurdle. Didn't quite get his knee all the way through, leaning forward a touch, but worked well with the board, got good direction, great shape. Trusted himself in the lineup so as not to pull it over and came away with 63 points.
Was trying to spot his eyes then. Couldn't quite make out.
A bit too far away, might have to be a bit closer.
We have Finn, our current leader. Back 1.5 somersaults pike.
It's going to have to be very accurate. You can see just after he makes his pike shape, he begins to open out, and that's him looking, spotting the water, spotting the board, waiting for the perfect time to press his legs away. Whips his arms behind his ears, maybe slightly too far away from his body, but it's a great dive. 7.5 from the judges, 50 points. Exactly what he needed on that particular dive to keep him in the lead.
As you can see, his coach barely had to say anything, just a handshake. Moving on to the next one. Matvey, we're back 2.5 somersaults tuck.
Finn's still in reaching distance, so he needs a good dive here, which he's delivered. That's fantastic. That could take him to the top of the rankings. Goes a little bit far away from the board, but he's so accurate and he's come out really sharp with his arms. Going to be just behind Finn. There's 1.2 points in it. Wow. Super close.
It's going to make things very interesting as we progress into the rounds. There you see Finn and Matvey very closely bunched up there.
Could probably say the medalists are all wrapped up. That 27-point gap between Jose and Arno could be difficult to make up with 2 dives to go. Obviously anything can happen, but Arno's in a strong position. And definitely looks like the battle for gold is between Finn and Matvey.
We have Lewis. Reverse 2.5 somersaults tuck. Awesome dive from Lewis.
Much better come out and line up that time. Maybe he was distracted in the round before. So it looks like he absolutely knows what he's doing there.
Love the form in his hurdle. Keeping everything neat and tidy. Extremely good technique.
And that shows real good mental strength to go from probably a bit of a frustrating experience in the round before to executing a good dive in the next round. Really important comeback for him.
Nicolette, forward 3.5 somersaults tuck. See how high he jumped there.
Really does go big on his hop, and it makes him feel a little bit uncomfortable coming into the single leg. He must work a lot on his stability because he has great control as soon as he lands on the board and drives his knee through.
Just to work on the entry there to clean it up a little bit.
Jose wants to take his place on the medal podium. He's really going to need an excellent back 2.5 tuck here. Pressure's on. He's focused, ready to go. Probably just squeezing a little bit of water onto his hands just to make sure that they're the right level of grip, because the divers are going to be working hard, squeezing their shape. They'll be using some form of sticky solution on their legs, and everyone has a personal preference in how they want their hands to feel.
Almost good, almost really good.
Yeah, he looks like he's just gone a little bit early off the board there. You can see the flat feet and the shape. Suggests to me that he's not fully extended before making his tuck shape, and that's not of the standard that he's going to need to get onto the podium, unfortunately.
Made the dive look rushed and slightly uncomfortable.
Arno will be breathing a sigh of relief there, if he's aware.
Ivan, reverse 2.5 somersaults tuck. I would find that orange shrimp a little bit distracting.
Oh yes. It's not what you expect to see on the pool side.
No. But the shrimp is celebrating because that was a very good dive. Look at the height, almost reaching that 5-meter board.
Yeah, we can see what Ivan can do there. Much more like it. Judge 2 liked it a lot, 8.5. Maybe slightly high for me there. Slightly short on the finish, but wow, the start. Really conducive of a good dive.
Dimitro, reverse 2.5 somersaults tuck.
Just a little bit short there. Not quite as high as Ivan just before him. And he comes out a touch early. Dropping his heels. Losing his tension through the water.
That feeling in a competition when you land perfectly on the end of the board on a hard dive is a very good feeling. However, still doesn't mean you've done a perfect dive. You've still got to do the rotations, come out in the right time, go through the water cleanly.
Yeah, you know, sometimes I actually prefer to have a bad hurdle because I knew I had to work harder to get the right technique.
Yeah, interesting.
Sometimes when I got a good hurdle, I was like, oh, it's nice.
Too good.
Get a bit complacent and
this is true.
Stuck short, mainly on the reverse 3.5. That was the dive. Frustrating.
We have Carlos with a forward 2.5 somersaults, 1 twist. Make sure you're ready for it, Yana.
Ready.
So the twist.
Oh, I wasn't ready for him to do the twist first. Still a bit taken aback there.
So great strength there. Really nice dive. Clean entry.
Yeah, you can see the legs separate a little bit as he's finishing this twist, moving into his pike shape, but finds a good line. Form. It's just what holds the judges back a little bit.
We have Evan with a reverse 2.5 somersaults tuck. Leaving the dive short, vertical.
Yeah, you can see on his takeoff there's a slight arch in his back.
Yeah.
Actually leaves his hips behind a little bit in the rotation, which means he's losing a bit of speed, dropping faster than he's spinning, and able to reach all the way back through the water.
We have Maori, back 2.5 somersaults tuck.
Great dive. A little bit far away from the board for my liking. Also, you can see a little bit of loss of legs as he kicks out and reaches back.
He's limping out of the board there. He did hurt his ankle. He did mention that to me.
He did mention that, yeah. Maybe he's starting to feel the effects of it a little bit more towards the end of his time here at Junior World Championships.
Arno for Canada, reverse 2.5 somersaults tuck.
Currently sat in 3rd place, but he's got a nice buffer. So he just needs to execute solid dives.
I can see the Gwendolyness in him. I can see that now.
Yeah. Really is uncanny.
Yeah.
Now he was a little bit close to
tight,
the board there.
yeah.
Now I think he was a little bit to the side, and when he lined up, looked like his arms were in line with the board. So he's probably grateful that he was a little bit to the side, because if not, he might have caught his hands, which could have affected his dives. But as it stands, 6.5 and 7s to count, 60 points, takes him back into the lead as it at the moment.
Yeah, Samuel in with 2.5 somersaults tuck.
I love the way that he loaded the board there. So strong, went straight up into the air. A little bit open in his tuck shape and a bit hesitant on the come out and lineup.
7, 6.5, 7, 6.5, 6.5, 7, 7.
Puts himself 27 points behind his teammate.
We have the current leader, Finn, versus 2.5 somersaults tuck. Oh, just going short there. Not what he would have wanted.
You can see his arms just slowed down a little bit at the end of his arm swing and didn't block quite as hard as he needed. The judges have stayed with him though. 6.5s and a 6 to carry. I'd say he got a little bit lucky there, but that's what happens when you're diving well sometimes.
Yep.
Judges stay on your side. And that takes him just 7 points ahead now, Ivano.
The door is opened for Matvey. Does he want to enter it or not? Reverse 2.5 somersaults tuck.
It's a great hurdle. Oh, he pressed a little bit early, but really clever to just arch the back slightly, but did it in a subtle way. Slight loss of tension in the knees. Will the judges pick up on that? Looks like Judge 4 has.
The 6.
I'd probably be aligned with Judge 4 in that particular instance, but he fooled all the other judges and he's taken a commanding lead now.
Finn opened the door. Matvey happily went through.
Absolutely, 4 points ahead.
It's going to make a very interesting last round for us all to watch. And probably a nerve-wracking round for the families and for the coaches and also for the athletes.
Once again, that gap between bronze and fourth has opened up a little bit further. 28 points now, so we can, I think, certainly say that with one dive to go, the medals are decided. The medalists are decided, but
which colour?
In which order? 12-point gap at the top.
Lewis finishing on a reverse 1.5, 2.5 twist.
And really with his toes over the end of the board right in the corner, that's always a difficult dive to do from that position, but does a good job of standing it up. Finishing a fraction short, you'll probably be frustrated with what happened in round 3. Strong finish to the competition, 58 points, 2 times round, 428 points.
Mikula for 2.5 somersaults, 1 twist.
Wow, what a sharp dive to finish with. So powerful in this hurdle, so high on the dive, really good into the twist and a little bit heavy on the water. He'll be proud of that finish. He might not be happy with this whole competition, but what a great achievement for him to make it through to the final at his home World Aquatics Junior Diving Championships. All of his fans there to watch him.
Absolutely.
Lovely feeling. I experienced it a couple of times, being able to compete at home, enjoying that support.
Yeah. Almost no better feeling. But there is definitely added pressure.
Absolutely.
Here we have Jose ending on a forward 2.5 somersaults, 1 twist.
Oh, he really forces that board into submission. So much power going through those legs. You can see all the muscles contracting. He works here and all this splash that he's flying through as he's somersaulting and twisting there. A little bit loose and heavy on the end, finishing on 434 points.
Ivan Sautin. Oh, interesting dive forward, 1.5 somersaults, 3 twist.
Yeah, I saw him train this actually. It's good.
Wow. That's impressive.
Potential to lose a little bit of form throughout the twist because twisting at such a speed. Oh. Wow.
He made that look so easy.
Yeah, it's so fast with his twist, and he was out of balance on his hurdle. You can see his right toes off the side of the board, but he does a good job of wrapping into the twist and controlling it all the way through the water. It's a very easy one to over twist on.
What does it feel like to twist 3.5 times? Because I've never.
Have you not?
No, I'm glad I haven't.
Feels a long way.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
For me, I really struggled with keeping my legs together. The G-forces were just a bit too intense, and I think my legs were quite heavy. So my legs would start getting pulled apart. But you feel like you're in that twist shape for a long time. And especially when you don't get the right start, you can feel yourself dropping.
God.
Oh, yeah, not nice.
Dimitro. Final dive. It's a beautiful hurdle.
So efficient on his front takeoffs.
Yeah. Spinning so quick, making it so easy. I'd another twist on that.
Oh, yeah. Textbook. If you want to learn how to improve your front takeoff, I think just watch Dimitro's positioning and placement on the end of the board. His body shape does an amazing job of creating speed with ease. Just got to learn how to control it.
Carlos. Inward 2.5 somersaults tuck.
See now with the cloud cover coming towards the end of this day, it's super dark for the divers. They probably haven't dived in conditions like these so far, these championships. Wow. Extremely sharp and accurate on the come out, really fast in the save. You can see again the feet on a little bit extra toe point, maybe needs to do some ballet.
Did you enjoy ballet when you were diving? Do you remember the ballet teacher at Leeds Diving a long time ago?
I do remember a ballet teacher called Penny, and
my brother hated her.
yeah, I'm not sure I got along too well with Penny. I think my form wasn't very good, so she was probably quite intense with me.
Yep.
But I do really see the benefit of it now.
Evan.
Wow, beautiful start. Love that takeoff. Fantastic control. Really sharp into the flick and twist.
Incredible takeoff. Wow.
Just once again, missed the line slightly on the water. A little bit heavy. Probably keeps judges half for a full mark down. Fortunately for him, 442 points to finish.
We have Maori. Pomeroy. Ending on a reverse 2.5 somersaults tuck.
It's a good dive, but there was a strange twist on the end, which looked unnecessary.
Yeah, see
Maybe
two legs there.
Maybe he's got a bit of tension in his lower back or his shoulders as he goes to reach back. One side pulls a little bit more than the other, and that causes the twist. You can see that.
We have Arno. Reverse 1.5 somersaults with 1.5 twists.
It's not the highest degree of difficulty to finish on, but he only needs 34 points to go into the lead as it stands.
Oh, wow, that was
absolutely do it.
awesome dive. Beautiful technique. That is textbook.
That is textbook. Great direction, beautiful control, and the judges have duly rewarded 8.5s.
Finally.
495 points. Once you're getting towards that 500 point range on 1 meter, you know you're doing a good job. Almost fallen just short there of 500 points, but he set the standard for Finn and for Matvey.
Samuel McCaffrey. Forward 2.5 somersaults, 1 twist. So landing on the very right hand side of the board.
Maybe need to get that spirit leveler back out and check if that board's level, because a few of the divers have been drifting towards that side. What a tough dive to get a sideways hurdle on. That's not what you want at all.
Moving on to Finn. Forward 2.5 somersaults, 1 twist.
Big shout there from the German contingent.
Yeah.
Trying to help him get over the line. Needs 56 points to overtake Arno. Great hurdle. Really sharp, beautiful dive. I think that'll go over 70 points potentially.
Definitely putting pressure.
Really good. Yeah, 70.4. Wonderful work there from Finn. He's taking himself over 500 points, 509 into the lead.
Going to put pressure on Matvey.
Same dive.
65 points needed.
He handled the pressure. Big hurdle, great hurdle. So high.
Absolutely,
Left
absolutely.
dive. Wow. That's going to sail over 70 points. I'd say that's better than Finn's. Amazing direction. Beautiful entry, perfectly upright. 76.8 points. Wow. 520.
Celebrating as he should be. That was a phenomenal dive. The pressure was on. He dealt with that pressure. That was an exciting final, wasn't it, Jona?
Quality final. Amazing work. Love a 1 meter event. So tough, so technical. No room for error.
Congratulations to the top 3 and the rest of the field. About to have the podium. Thank you, Jona, for joining us.
My pleasure. What a competition to watch. See you again for some more tomorrow.
It's great to have your insights as a springboard diver on the Springboard events. We'll see you all tomorrow. Well done all.